He says, yeah, it's beef quesadillas without the beef. And Colby goes, oh, okay. And I'm thinking, wait, what?
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes.
You see how easy it is for us to move our sheep, especially when Aiden is seeding, so we're not able to work together on the farm today. Miss Mac is inside doing some pecans. So how we set the net up, and then we do one cross fence between it, and then another net. So once we walk them over, we close up that middle fence, and now we've got this secondary fence that now we can put back up over here. Same thing, we're basically gonna start it here and loop it around this way, and so all we have to do next time is just rotate them in, and we keep doing that, and that makes that process a lot easier, especially if we're moving them in the outside after I get off work. Like I told you, I do work a full-time job, so if we can streamline our farm, we really try to, and it makes sense for us to do it this way. For us, I can't see us farming the way we do without having extra of whatever we're utilizing. If it's extra smart fences, extra poly tape, extra poly wire, or extra nets, you have to have enough infrastructure to help you get things done. So sheep, again, a non-event, easy to move, easy to deal with.
Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my...
The horses, we're gonna keep them in permanent fencing again for right now. But as the grass starts playing out and we start moving towards hay, we're gonna give them a small paddock inside the permanent fencing, trying to teach them the temporary fencing now. We've not done that. We have put them in some little rope fencing and poly fencing, but have not actually turned it on. So what we did is we took this little spot, this little corner. It's got a little grass, but really more than that, I'm gonna put a hay bale in here because I want them to get used to, I need them to get used to the hay that we have. Let them start eating it and supplement with the grass that we have, so that way they can be ready for winter. Because when winter comes, other than the rye that's going to naturally grow that we're planting, and wheat and fescue, all they'll have is the Bahia hay that we have, unfertilized hay. So I want them to get used to it, and this will help slowly but surely get used to it. Give it a smaller area, give them some area with grass, but ultimately we want them to eat some hay. The temporary fencing right here, we've got a poly wire. This is our Gallagher poly wire. We reeled it out again, so easy. If you want to know about our products, again, we have a Gallagher link below, but just a phenomenal way, an easy way of putting up a fence for animals. So we're going to try it with the horses. We have not tried it with the horses yet. Anxious to see how they do with it. We've got them in permanent fencing, so they're not going to go anywhere if even they get out, but I need them to get used to it. I think, like every animal, all my animals have tested it and knock it down and get past it once. And so let's see how they do, because the calves and cows, sheep, all do really well. So if you remember, we built the little barn, and the barn is holding the pigs fine. However, that barn is just a 400 square foot barn. It's not meant for 5 pigs. So what we're gonna do is build them a permanent situation right outside. Talks about doing it with pig panels and T-posts, but yeah, it's just not attractive. This is our main driveway, and I'm obsessive compulsive. I want things looking good and making look sense. A pig panel in South Mississippi costs $95. $95, guys, for a 5x16 pig panel. That is outrageous. Then you have to put at least 5 T-posts on that 16-foot panel to hold it secure at the bottom, especially since my pigs are starting to get out of poly fencing of all sorts. Why? I don't know. They've never done that, so we've got to train them back to it. This is how we're going to do it, though. Aiden's coming to help me. Aiden's on the Ranger way down here. He is seeding our grass, our ryegrass, and also our wheat. Our fescue, I see some fescue starting to come up. We've had a few cool days, so that's a good thing. So he's finishing that up, and then he's coming up here. But we had an idea. We're going to take the round pin. We have to buy more round pin pieces anyway. Each piece is $135. So that's expensive, but this is not going anywhere. I mean, this will be here. I mean, this is welded, fabricated fence. So here's what we're going to do. Instead of buying a $95 pig pen piece and put 5 T-posts, which are $6 a piece, which makes $30, which puts it at $125. These are $135. Now we have a bottom, so what we thought is, you know what? These are just slip on together. This helps us move the pigs when we need to, so they won't make an area nasty. We can still move them through the forest, but in a permanent structure. Now that sounds like a lot of work, and I understand that, but if you've ever dealt with polywire in a forest and dealing with pigs, they don't move nearly as much, but we still want them to move. We don't want them sitting in their own slop all the time. This will teach them again how to respect fence and not try to get out. So we'll use the barn, and we'll come out and we're going to make a little catch pen right there in front of the barn with these panels. We're going to flip them upside down, so this bar will be on top, the leg will actually be on bottom, or excuse me, standing up, and the pins we'll just put opposite. Now that's a lot of work, but that will help us get a hard pen again to then turn around and put the nets back in there and retrain the pigs. I've never had to retrain pigs. I've never had pigs jump out. I've never had pigs check the fence. We've had a bad pig season. Some of our pigs have just kind of gotten more wild, and that's not very typical here, especially since we trained them. And then also trained them to the fence, excuse me. And the American Guinea Hogs, I haven't been too happy with the way their birthing rate has been. These pigs have been on farm. I don't like this set of 3 American Guinea Hogs. I love American Guinea Hogs, but these Guinea Hogs, I got one great one, and then the other 3, I just don't like their bloodline. So we may be culling them over time. We may give 2 of them a chance to keep on going. 1, we're culling definitely by year end to provide more sausage for sure. But we've got to break this down. Aiden's coming. He's finishing up the last part of the ryegrass. I just finished the horses and the sheep. Hey, I'll show you this right quick. I don't know if you can see this, but we've got some field peas. We've got some clover, white arrowhead clover, red clover, and some clay peas all coming up in here. We also have some vetch. All of this is going to be cover crop. We finally got back our cedar and our side-by-side. That's why Aiden's on it doing the rye. So we're going to go over this again, but we've got some of the clover coming up, some of the vetch coming up, and this will help hopefully winterize this area as a great cover crop to make for a great corn season and soybean season for next year. We are really trying to use natural elements to put right back in the soil. Especially this ground is actually really good quality ground. It does have some clay in it, so I want to loosen it up, and hopefully by putting these amendments back into the soil, drilling my corn and soybeans in this cover crop, we may have a good season of spring corn and spring soybean for us to eat. Our corn was terrible last year, but it's because we really didn't have anything in the soil and didn't have a way to really make it right, other than just when the pigs first came in here. Chickens hadn't been on it, nothing's been on it. This is about 6,000 square foot of garden space, and this is simply where we put our corn and beans, and then we also put some fall peas here last year. So had a good harvest of soybeans and fall peas. I'm anxious to see again how this cover crop does versus the silage tarps. I'm really interested in seeing that. It's gonna be a good test and trial. So Aiden's coming, but we're gonna go ahead and get started tearing this down, getting these pins out with this hammer. You get right here, I'm gonna slide it from this end. All right, ready? That's looking good. So now, are we still in the middle, bud?
Close, not completely.
That's pretty close. All right, so let's get the last one on. We'll bend it out. Then before we open this up though, I want to get Bert back there. If we open this up, Bert's gonna come straight towards these pigs, and I need to get him back with the girls first. So what we're gonna do is get this other panel on. It looks like it's supposed to rain. You get this panel here. The ends, basically we're gonna let the gates fold into the panels and chain them, and that'll give a little bit more support on this weak side. Be able to get out of that side. This is, I mean, these panels, horses and cow can't get out, so I hope these pigs can't either. Especially when they're all connected. Do you think so? What do you think?
They shouldn't be able to get out. If so, there may be some kind of radioactive something.
Some like Bebop off of
Bebop and Rocksteady.
Off of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. this is the big boy that we're gonna be processing in December. He's a whopper already. He's probably a good 260, 270. We want to get, he's actually got plenty of bone for pork, such as a pork. If you're doing a pork chop or a ham, he's actually okay. But we want more bacon too, so we need to get a little fat on his belly, and that will help him that'll help us get the bacon with that pork belly. So we want to get him a little thickness. He's got plenty of length, pretty size. We just want to give him fatter. Panels are put in. We may even put 2 more on, especially if we go get some more, but this right here will give them a little bit more room. It's basically adding a triple version of what they got. So they got two stalls, and this will be like a 3rd stall out in the sun for them sunbathe. And again, this is only temporary, but this will get us by until we build with pig panels, or until we can get them back used to nets, or until we process at least the 2 boys. 2 waters in, you see the whole thing is fixed. It's tough. I mean, it's heavy. Like, my arms are killing me, Aiden's arms are killing him, which he's a pansy. But we did a workout a while ago, and I thought he was gonna cry a little bit. You
I
cry
just
some?
laughed the whole time. Thought it was funny because you couldn't do it.
I think he cried a little bit.
No.
Oh yeah. All right, let's go move Bert right quick, and then we'll come back here and open these pigs up, okay? Let's go. Come on, fat boy. Come on, fat boy. We'll go down to that corner and try to walk him right there at the edge, and we're gonna dump some in for the girls a little bit further back and see if we can get him moved in. I'm gonna just kind of stay to the back of him. Had to go turn the charger off. Forgot about this charger. Look, here's the baby. We got 1 baby left that is old. We'll try to ease him in. Watch her. Come on, watch him. Dump it right there. We can go around it. No, come here and dump it right here. Perfect. Got the black pigs back together. We got the other pigs together. So I feel like we've made some headway today with all this.
What are y'all eating?
Some cheese quesadillas with yummy cucumbers.
Are they better than the ones we ate at the restaurant?
Yes.
Ours are better.
Yeah.
What do you think, Aiden? Are ours better?
I
I think so too. Actually have to tell y'all a pretty comical story about this. So we don't go out and eat a whole lot. Aiden had a race downtown this weekend where he went and ran his 5K, and we decided to go to a Mexican restaurant afterwards, and we ordered cheese quesadillas, some cheese dip, a few tacos. What was the other thing I got, Aiden?
Steak.
But what is it? Oh, the sizzling fajitas for 2. That's what we ordered. I usually eat the sizzling fajitas, and the kids will eat the cheese quesadillas and maybe a taco or so. We got our ticket, and we got charged all for beef quesadillas. So when we questioned our waiter and said we didn't order the beef quesadillas, we ordered cheese quesadillas, I gotta listen to this reply. He says, yeah, it's beef quesadillas without the beef. And Colby goes, oh, okay. And I'm thinking, wait, what? We're paying for beef quesadillas and we don't get the beef, and we just wanted the cheese quesadillas. That doesn't make any sense. But in light of that nonsense, we're doing something pretty cool today. So we've got our popcorn machine out, and we've already made a big batch of popcorn because tonight is our fall festival at our church. The kids will dress up. We have games and cakewalk. Typically we'd have what's called trunk or treat, where you pull everybody comes to the parking lot. Our kids won't go from car to car to get candy, but we are going to be taking our own goodie snacks. But we're doing something a little bit cool for our back. It is supposed to be bad weather.
Inside.
I think everything's going to be moved inside, but we're still going to do tables for where we would pass out our stuff. So we're doing a popcorn theme, and the girls helped me make these boxes. So this is actually just
a diaper box.
A diaper box that we painted white. The girls helped me paint them white, and then we cut some strips of construction paper and glued those on, and found this.
Hell, Mama. And I do that.
Yeah, and Jennings helped us put the circle on. Harley, tell them what the board says, because that's the most important part.
Jesus turns us inside out. Like when the popcorn is in a little kernel and it pops into popcorn.
That's right. The heat turns it inside out. Jesus does the same thing for us. He turns us basically inside out and changes everything about us when we're saved. So this is what we're taking to our church tonight. We have a lot, probably 75 bags of popcorn to fill. It's gonna be our goodies. Hey, are you trying to make a mess with my stuff?
Look, we got one more bag we popped.
So we haven't even finished
7 bags.
popping one of these bags yet, and we have several more to do. We're gonna drizzle them with a little bit of chocolate on the top to pass out. So that will be for the other kids there. Our girls are gonna be at our table or in the car, the back of the car, if it's not raining, for our trunk or treat at our church. That's our fun fall celebration that we're doing this year. And we've got a lot of work to do.
I have the nets prepared for this. What I did, instead of taking this down first, because I need them to get used to poly wire, turned it off because Rose was kind of hanging by the net. These top 2 strands, I didn't have this bottom because, you know, a horse is not going to go under like a calf would. They're just going to go straight through. So she went through one spot up here, and what I did was I tightened it up a little bit and then put a 3rd row. Before I put the 3rd row, I put some feed by this gate. And then the net was down right here, only in one spot. Poly wire was down right here, and all that was not. So she was trying to go through it, and right when she tried to go through, I turned it on. It popped her. Now, it scared her to death, so she turned around. A horse, they said, our vet said that a horse, it just kind of freaks them out, even worse than a cow, pig, anything. So I'm hoping that one time we'll make it where she will never come close to this net again, or this wire again. Sorry, there's a bee on my ear. This is my last resort. I mean, nets, I can put them in nets. Nets are just a little bit more cumbersome, a little bit harder to put up compared to the smart fence or compared to the poly wire. Again, these are both Gallagher products. Love them, very pleased with them. And I think the more that they're here, the more that they're seeing it, the more that they're visually seeing it. And now she's been popped. Now, so far, Bella has not tested it. I don't think Bella will test it, because even when Rose was over there, she just kept running it, pacing it. So I'm thinking she's had a feel of what poly wire is. It's one of her old farms.
Handle my bag and handle my tie.
And we need to slow down because Ellie can't.
Colby bought 7 of these, and we are on our 2nd one.
And this one, and we're about to be done, and this one is not.
So, needless to say, we have filled up a lot of good small goodie bags from one bag of popcorn.
So, we filled all this. How many bags is that? I have no clue. Well, about to be 60. And wait, look how cute these boxes are.